Good morning, my dear students. I am Neha Sharma from DAV Police Public School. Today we are going to start class 7th History, chapter number 10, The Rise of Small Kingdoms in North India. In our previous video we have studied about Rajputs, Pratiharas, Palas, Rashtrakutas, and in this video we will study about governance in North India. So let's see in which manner the kingdoms were governed during that time. Okay, so first of all we will study about administration. Okay, what is administration? It means it refers to the process of running the state or a kingdom. So king was the powerful in North India, all the powers in his hand, and he was the head of the army. He make laws. He was the head of judiciary system of the state, and he was assisted by different officials. He had a group of officers who helped him in the administration work of the state or a kingdom. The whole empire or a kingdom was divided into small provinces, and like as our country is divided into 28 states and 9 union territories for effective administration. And at that time the king was the head of the military. He spent lot of money, a huge amount of money, on building up the strong armies for his kingdom. Now we will study about the economic condition of that time. The economic condition of North India under the Rajput was not so good. Actually there was a great economy difference among the different social classes of the society. The royal families, high officials, and the traders were rich and successful, and they live a comfortable life. On the other hand, the people living in the village were poor, and the temples were the center of the riches, and that's why they attract lot of foreign invaders. At that time feudal system was prevalent in North India. Students, what is feudal system? It is a system in which landowners give their land to the landless people for cultivation, and in exchange they get taxes and also get loyalty of these people. And the king granted land as a reward to the officers, those who provide military assistance to him at the time of war. The feudal system led to the decline of many empires, as the landlords give only a small part of land revenue to the king and keep huge amount with themselves. So this weakened the power of kings, and the Chauhans and the Parmars become powerful landlords, and they established independent empires. Let's study about the society. What was the social conditions of the society at that time? The rigid caste system divided the Indian society. The king, the feudal lords, and the Brahmins were in high position, and they enjoyed a life of luxury, and land was cultivated by Shudras, and the social condition of Shudras were not so good, and at the same time they had to pay taxes also. In the society the condition of women was not so good. They were deprived of education. They are not allowed to get education. The evil practices of sati, child marriage, and polygamy contribute to the decline in the status of women. Students, the sati system, where in a widow would have to burn herself at the time of death of her husband. And what about child marriage? It means the marriage of girl and boy before the age of 14. And polygamy means having more than one partner at the same time. Let's read the do you know. The women of the royal families committed Johar to protect their honor if their menfolk were defeated or killed in a battle by the other kings. Here the word Johar, it means she sacrificed herself in fire for protecting her honor. Now let's discuss about the religion, the religious conditions of that time. So the Rajputs mainly worship gods Vishnu and Shiva. They also worship goddess like Kali, Lakshmi and Durga. Rajput kings gave gift to land to the Brahmins. At the time of Rajputs, Hinduism became more powerful than Buddhism. Many Buddhists took shelter to the southeast part of Asia when the Turks attacked monasteries at Nalanda. So the Buddhists left the India and they took shelter in the southeast part of Asia. During the period of Rajputs, the Bhakti saints preached devotion to God and they opposed social discrimination in the society and superstition and also narrow mindedness. So next we will discuss about the education. How was the education system of that time? So the elementary education was limited to the temples and monasteries only. The universities of like Nalanda and Vikramshila in Bihar become important center of higher education. The study of philosophy and religion was encouraged, but subjects like mathematics, science were ignored at that time. The regional languages like Marathi, Gujarati, Bengali developed as a they were the language in which the Bhakti saints preached and composed their songs. Regional languages, local languages of that areas. Sanskrit was the main language of that time, and Pali and Prakritic language were used for writing books on Buddhism and Jainism. Now let's discuss about the art and the architecture of that time. The example of the paintings of North India can be found in the form of murals in the places like caves and temples. Murals means a large picture painting on a wall. Okay, and the Jain monks, painters of Bengal, developed the art of miniature paintings. Miniature paintings means small paintings. Okay, and the best example of architecture of that time were the different temples like Lingaraj and Mukteshwar temple at Bhubaneswar and Sun temple at Konark are the fine example of architecture of that period. Now we will discuss about the trade of that time. What is trade? Trade is the act of buying and selling goods. Okay, so India developed trade relation with the countries of East, Southeast, West and Central Asia, also some European countries at that time. Only because of trade relations we get knowledge about the development of other countries, about the features in the political, social and cultural life in different parts of the world. Later on, these trade relations with other countries proved as an advantage for the Afghans, Turkish, Mughal rulers to establish their rule in India. So now we read, do you know the world famous Khajuraho temple was built by the Chandel rulers, and these temples are decorated with beautiful statues. So this is the explanation of the chapter, and I hope you all are doing your work properly. So thank you so much.